Hi everyone, I'm Tim Cash. Welcome to the IMDb show. Joining me, Sam Heughan.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Thank you very much. The round of applause was coming.
There you go. I'm sitting here with the one and only Jamie Fraser.
Oh, thank you. Right.
That's special. Yes. It must be strange to think back that you've been making the show, since 2014?
Yeah, 6 years now. It's been quite a journey, you know, and my career has definitely changed a lot, and the character, he's also changed in some ways. So it's been a really amazing journey, an amazing show to work on.
What have you loved about Jamie's character change over the seasons?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you first meet Jamie in season 1, he's a young Highland warrior. He has no ties. He's quite tempestuous. He sort of acts on his emotions, and he's, you know, throughout the seasons, he's grown as a man. He's grown as a warrior. He's become a clan leader, a chief. He's become a military man, a husband, a father, and now, you know, in this season, he's a grandfather.
Right.
So it's a pretty big journey.
And how have you changed over the years? How has this show influenced you?
I've aged along with Jamie Fraser. Yeah. No, it's changed my life. You know, the show has been remarkable. We have the best fans, the most supportive fan group. The show has given me a lot of opportunities working with charity work to other projects. So yeah, I feel very blessed.
It's funny, I remember when the show first launched, I remember the heated online discussion about whether you, Sam, were Jamie Fraser enough for the books. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, I do very well, you know, and yeah, I think I was an inch too short.
It was something like that,
right? You know, obviously I'm not a ginger, really, so there's a problem. But,
well,
you know,
is it a problem?
There are a lot of characters. You know, Katrina, my co-star, she had the same, you know, with her eyes were the wrong color.
Oh, right.
But you know what? I mean, absolutely correct to, you know, for the fans to be that passionate about the content and the story. And I think, you know, every season, you know, we're in anticipation to see what they make of our adaptation of a book.
Right. But now, I don't think your fans would have it any other way. Have you felt that change throughout the years?
I mean, I'm still ready for them to turn and say, you know what, he ain't good enough. Let's get someone else. But, you know, I just think, you know, we're lucky that I think they still love what we do. And I think as long as we keep pleasing our fans, I think, you know, we'll continue. It's a great story, they're great characters, and each season there's a different challenge. So yeah, we're just very thankful that they're there and they support us.
You know, as viewers, as fans, we get to see the finished product, right? After the director's cut, it's put in an edit, everything's done. You're there through all the different stages of the show. What is one of the hardest, most challenging things about getting the show right?
I mean, there are so many challenges. Our show is very different, I think, to others. You know, we're constantly moving and changing locations. We've gone from 1700s Scotland through great battles to Versailles and Paris. We've been to the Caribbean. We're now in America. We're showing America in its infancy, where we go into the future in the 1960s and 70s. So there's always a challenge and a different look to the show. And these are very challenging, but I think mostly it's the location work. You know, we're not in a studio every day. We're out in the landscape, in the mountains, in the snow, the rain, whatever. It's Scotland, so it's wet and cold.
When you get your call sheet or you're looking at the script, what are the days where you're like, oh my God, it's one of these scenes, and then the days where you're like, oh my God, it's one of these scenes?
Yeah.
What are those?
That's funny. Yeah, you do. In the morning, you look at the call sheet. Well, you know the night before or weeks before,
yeah.
But. You know, I think we all love anything that's quite dramatic or, you know, we really get, as actors, to stretch ourselves. Or for outdoors, as I said, you know, a lot of the working with horses or battle stuff is great. You know, the challenging scenes are probably, we deal with some very heavy content. The intimate scenes, obviously, are a challenge as well. So, you know, they just take a bit more time and a bit more concentration. But, you know, every day is a challenge.
Good, I'm glad. And what are the scenes that you can't wait for? Like the ones where you're like, yes, thank you very much for giving me this scene.
We have some amazing storylines this new season 5. I can't give away too much, but Jamie's my character.
You can.
Well, I can. All right, I'll tell you.
Won't,
well, actually, here's the thing. There's a great storyline with my godfather. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but you know, we are very much. We're very much involved in that storyline, and I think it's gonna thrill the fans.
Season finales are everything. It's
Yeah.
like we look forward to them more than like the start of the show. It's like, how does it end? You've spoken about what this season finale, what your reaction to it was.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. How did you react to this
I think
one?
it's our biggest, strongest finale of any season.
Why?
Yeah. It's when we read the script, it's very stylized. It's some quite heavy subject matter, but done in a really interesting way. We have an amazing director in Jamie Payne, and I think every cast member in this episode excels, and I think, yeah, it's going to be surprising.
Your co-star, Katrina Balfe, is a 4-time nominated Golden Globe actor, phenomenal co-star. Tell us something that we would be surprised to find out about her.
Oh, she'll probably kill me if I said something. I mean, what can I tell you?
She's not here.
She's not here.
She can't kill the
We're
star.
safe. What is there to say about her? You know, she is incredible, as you say. She's supportive. She's intelligent. She's proactive.
What don't we know about her?
Well, I mean, this season, myself and Katrina, we're both now got producer credits, and we're
Congrats.
a lot. Thank you very much. And we're a lot more involved in that creative process. So I would say, you know, one thing about her is that she's very thorough, and this season is no exception. And she's been very, very strong-willed and opinionated, and helped the whole creative process in the storylines. And I think that that's a side that we don't know or don't see, you know, when you watch the show. But she's definitely been a heavy influence this season.
Do you get the producer credit because at this point now you must be the foremost expert on Jamie Fraser in the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the T-shirt that says that.
Pretty much, I'm number one,
no,
Jamie Fraser.
I mean, it's interesting. You know, we, you know, of course, everyone knows the show that works on it, and we have great writers and producers. But to be honest, you know, we've been playing these characters now for 6 years, so you kind of do know how your character talks and what they would think about certain things. And I love still to be surprised and read something and go, wow, why would he say that? Or why does he say that? But I think that's great, to be surprised by your character and to find something new about them. But yes, having said that, you know, I feel like we do know our characters very well by now.
All of these experiences, filming, you know, 5 seasons, soon to be 6, you must be learning so much as an actor. What is something that you've learned as an actor that Outlanders taught you?
Continuous working days suck. Lunch breaks should be longer, and shooting schedules should be shorter. But no, to be honest, you know, I think as an actor, to be frank, I think I have grown. I think being on camera every day, you do learn a lot. And you know, I've been very lucky to then go off and do other projects, which is also for an actor great to sort of stretch yourself in other ways, because you know you don't ever want to get comfortable.
So what is that when you know you've got Outlander in one pocket, that's part of your life. When you're picking that next role for how people will see you afterwards, how much thought goes into that, and what was the thought process?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Outlander's a big shooting schedule. We shoot 10 months a year, so
That's a commitment.
It's a long commitment, and they're long days, and it's pretty much every day. So it is hard to fit things into a small bracket of time off. But yeah, it's about playing a different kind of character and with a different challenge, and sort of to see if I can do it as well. You know, I still love to feel that kind of adrenaline and fear, and I think so far I've hopefully succeeded.
Which are the scenes that scare you, you know, as an actor? The ones what you said about fear, wanting to fear that. What are the scenes that you are like, okay, I gotta put this extra work in, I gotta...
Yeah, I think it's when you feel exposed, you know, if you're underprepared, or if it's, you know, something where you don't know quite what the outcome is going to be, and I like that, to be in that situation. I don't like to I'm quite instinctual, I think. I don't like to overthink things too much. I like to sort of know the playing field and then see what happens. I think that's the most exciting, but also the most scary.
Costuming on this show. You pause it at any moment, you look up in the corners, the extras, it is on point. It is spectacular. What is one item of costume that really helps you get into character?
We've
when you are wearing clothes, by the way.
Well,
we should point out, I didn't recognize you today with your shirt on. Yeah,
thanks very much. Yes, yeah. No, we do have a few scenes where there aren't many. There isn't much clothing present, but we have a new costume designer this season, Trisha Bigger, and we had a great costume designer for the last seasons. And Terry Dressback was fantastic. But it's a new look. We're in America, and it's great to see that transition from Scotland and that period and France to sort of going to American. It's about functionality. Jamie is a very practical man.
Yep.
And to be honest, I think it's about weight, about his boots and about his jacket. Anything heavy gives you height and status. And I think he's a strong, charismatic man. And I think anything that gives you a little extra help. is
and one item of clothing you wish you never ever met in your life?
The modesty pouch.
The.
I mean,
That's the polite way of saying it, the modesty pouch. There you go. I've got to talk to you about a new film that's coming out very soon. I've been excited for a long time. It's Vin Diesel and yourself. It's Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
What can we expect? This will be kind of the first time anyone's going to get to hear about this.
Yeah.
Tell me about your character. Who are you playing?
Yeah, this actually we haven't started really talking about it yet, but it's a great movie. It's based on the Valiant Comics series Bloodshot, with the central character played by Vin, and I play a character called Jimmy Dalton, who was created for the movie, and then I believe they're going to start writing him into a series of their comics.
Who is Jimmy Dalton?
He's an ex-Navy SEAL. He's a paraplegic. He's lost his legs in an IED explosion, and then he's been regenerated by RST and been given some technology which makes him kind of like almost like Universal Soldier.
Okay.
He's
I love that.
better version of himself. So, but he has some anger issues. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, I can see why. Vin, you're working, for me, one of my favorites, the Fast and Furious franchise, watching him do Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick. What's been your experience working with Vin?
He's an absolute icon. A man that started many action franchises is still going. He has these different families on different shows, and to be honest, to be part of that, even for a small time, is a great experience, and I look up to him very much. And I think we're hopefully going to see the start of a new franchise there. So
yes, fingers crossed for that.
Hopefully.
Sam, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in here.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on everything.